a little bit different for us, right? So we're getting ready to go into this. I don't know if you all know how it goes here, but good morning, good afternoon, good evening, no matter where you are in the world. Thanks for joining us. And I am starting this off with the free practice qualifications, classifications anyway. I'm not sure if some of us saw what we thought we were going to see. We'll probably go into that later. I don't know how you're feeling about things right now, but I definitely think there are more than a few teams that are in some troubled waters. And this may be part of what many of you have voiced that I won't mind seeing, right? So big shout out to the fam in the chat. We're gonna try to hopefully stay clear of the haters. We got everybody up in here. Not everybody, but we got a pretty good amount of people in here. Definitely Sylvia Wick, highly important to be up in here. What's going on, Mary Beanie, big supporter, big loyal. Nadir and some other people. I see Kondu started us off right early yesterday, and we had a good conversation about the whole debacle and situation going on. But let's take a look at the classification and see what you all think about that. Of course, Max Verstappen sitting at the top right now, although had a few concerns about the car. Charles Leclerc, it looks like Ferrari, at least in free practice, may have a good opportunity at finishing on podium in this race, but we know what Ferrari do. They do Ferrari-esque things. We talked about this as much on the live last night when we were talking about the 2008 Singapore GP. Felipe Massa trying to go back and reclaim a title that was never his to begin with, but more evidence of Ferrari fumbling. Then right here we got Lando sitting at 5. McLaren. That's going to be interesting to see. You know, they're bringing updates as well, trying to see where they're going to end up. A pretty big gap between he and Oscar. Then we go down and we got Nick DeVries, Lance Stroll, of course, Fernando Alonso pretty much coupled up right there. But it is nice to see Albon from Williams sitting in the top 10, at least at free practice. Joe sitting right there at 10, which if this was a race, he'd be right there collecting the last point. Then Lewis Hamilton would be shy of no points, as well as Russell. All right. Russell sitting down there at 17. 17. Those numbers in free practice definitely probably don't give Mercedes fans confidence, but it's a situation where they're continuing to grow. They have made some updates. I don't know if those updates are what you all may have wanted to see, but they have made updates. And then we're going to go right here to Haas. Haas just, with Gunther running his mouth about what he thinks Mercedes should be doing, he evidently has a lot that he needs to pay attention to with his team. K-Mag not finishing out. They had a situation right there. And Hulk sitting at 15. They're out of the points. Haas is collecting no points. If this is a race result, Haas is collecting no points for today. And if we go to the rookies, we'll go right here to the rookies. Logan Sargent coming in 16th for free practice. As you have Nick DeVries coming in. Where's Nick? Nick DeVries. Nick at 6 collecting some points, and Oscar just outside of points by 2 positions. Logan doing the worst out of the 3 rookies in free practice. Will that be the same thing that we'll see for this qualifying? Now, keep in mind, today's qualifying, the qualifying that we are about to watch right now, is the one that's going to set the grid for race day on Sunday. Now, the sprint qualifying will happen for the shootout tomorrow, as well as followed up by the sprint race. Actually, we may be here live for the shootout. I think we may come on live for the shootout because that's going to be the first time this has been done. Maybe I want to sit and see it all together with you all so we can debate in the live chat. Sylvia Witt Kelly says, keep positive, everyone. Smash the like. Go on, smash it. I dare you. She dare you. I double dog dare you to smash it. Subscribe to the fam. We have Discord lives. Join in. This is a big fact. I'm also going to be working on another guest to bring into the Wolves Den. I don't know if it'll be a return guest or a new guest. I'm shooting high for one guest. Don't know if I'll quite get him, but we'll see what happens. Also, I do have a magazine article interview today. So, they reached out, want to interview. So that was real cool, real positive. So we're still getting very good positive feedback. As well as you just saw, we finished working with McLaren again with the McLaren Shadow Racing team, having Lucas Blakely come on, the F1 esports champion of 2022 with the Shadow team. That was a real cool conversation. Luke is a real good dude, too. Real good dude to talk to. I'm really going to look to bring him back and speak with him on some other things. A very positive and very down-to-earth type dude, so that was really cool. So we are 13 minutes off from qualifying. So let's go back over here to the classification list. Right now, they're talking to James Vowles at Williams, trying to see what they're doing. If we look, Logan Sargent is 16, but Alex Albon at 9. That's a quite bit of a gap right there. I don't know if that's going to be all driving experience or just somebody who's been on this track before, so it's a bit more comfortable with it. Lewis Hamilton at 11th. George Russell at 17th. I don't know what you'll explain there, but I'm pretty sure people would have came up with something if that order was inverse. They'd have a lot to say, but since it's not, they don't have much to say, which is unfortunate. Then we have Lance Stroll sitting on top of Fernando Alonso. Why nobody would talk about that? Does anybody want to say Lance Stroll is schooling Alonso? You don't want to take that? No takers on that? Funny, no takers on that. All right. That's funny that, you usually have something to say if it's the other way around with another team, but you see Lance Stroll, who is considerably not the driver that George Russell is, on top of Fernando Alonso, which a lot of people say is great with 2 championships, but I don't hear a lot of clamor about Lance Stroll schooling Alonso. But hey, okay, we'll leave it there. Nick DeVries in number 6, while Yuki is in 14th, which is something that we are not accustomed to seeing thus far right now with AlphaTauri, and they're going through quite a bit themselves. Usually it's the other way. Around. Yuki collecting at least a point for AT and has been just outside the door of having points for AT, whereas Nick DeVries has, I think, somewhat disappointed or not performed to what we thought he may do coming into Formula One, having an actual seat. Now, we saw what he did when he was with Williams during the absence of Alex Albon, and gladly he made it through that medical situation. But we haven't seen that reemerge yet, right? We've been waiting for it. We thought so much when Nick DeVries came in, and we're going to get to quali. We are about to be 10 minutes out from qualifying, and we'll have the live qualifying watch, and we'll be going on with that. But right now, we're going to talk about some of these things that definitely probably should be addressed. But Nick DeVries up until this point hasn't done what we thought, or at least what I thought. I'll leave it to myself. I won't speak for you. I'll go ahead and speak for myself. He hasn't performed to the level that I thought he would have performed to. I thought with what he did at Williams, coming off the couch, going right into that car, although he had, done practice sessions for other teams, I thought that what he did for Williams in that car, putting it in points, putting it in a good position off qualifying, I thought that he was going to come in the AlphaTauri, which I assumed was a better team and better car this season, definitely not showing that same face. And that could be, but Yuki's dealing with the same situations, and Yuki's done considerably better than Nick. Okay, at least by 3, on average of 3 positions. I believe Nick in his last few races, he's finished about 14th, except for in Australia where Logan ran up to his back and he didn't get to finish at all. And Yuki's finished at 11th, just outside of collecting points. And in that race, Yuki finished 10th, collecting a point. So if Yuki had, if it was a 5th, everybody would be drunk, right? So we're just speaking if hypothetically. Yuki could have technically, if he had been able, and if he had not got hashed out by Kevin Magnussen, he'd have 2 points, right, for AT. Now, in the grand scheme of things, we're saying, like, that's not really great. But these teams that are not accustomed to getting points, it is. But for AlphaTauri, it's kind of a downslide right now for them. So we'll see what goes on. So then the rest of this classification, and we're almost close, we'll look at Carlos Sainz and Charles. They are up there. Carlos catching a very bad deal out of Australia with that 5-second penalty and 2 points on his super license. Meanwhile, Logan and Gasly get away with manslaughter for Logan and murder for Gasly. Okay, and in perspective, what Logan did is manslaughter. What Gasly did is like murder. Right, he killed his own team, completely took both cars out, and gets no penalty for that. Carlos caught the blunt end of that. I did not appreciate that, nor did I support it. I supported Ferrari, but I also got to say this: Ferrari definitely didn't do an awesome job at putting their appeal together for the right of review. I think they should have did a lot better as far as their elements of examples or evidence to prove to the FIA that you probably need to give us or retract that penalty, and they didn't do good homework. And Aston showed them how it should be done, and they didn't follow suit or even supersede what Aston did. So therefore, they didn't get the result they wanted. F1 weekend is here. Quit my job yesterday. New career starts Monday. Fun weekend ahead. DP Auto Haas. Hey, I always like to hear people growing, right? He quit a job. He's got another job. He's starting a new fresh path on Monday. I salute you. I wish the best for you. I hope it works out the way you want to. And if it doesn't, do the same thing you did. Rinse, wash, repeat, move forward. So big shout out to you. I hope Monday goes awesome for you, bro. So right now we are close. 8 minutes. 8 minutes. I'm about to make sure, try to get our boards ready. See what's going on here. So just hold tight. We're going to go ahead, try to get everything up and running. And we're going to be off. And yes, I do. Yes, I do. I do have my honey bun on deck. You know how I get excited. And when I get excited, I get hungry. And when things get crazy on the qualifying track, you know what's up. And you know what else? Like Alpine catching on fire. Last time, Russell catching on fire. It would seem not only are we having a reemergence of red flags, but also flamed up power units. Is that the new thing now? Is that what we're doing? Is that the new fad? Like go out on the track, blow it up, send it completely. That in this situation for Alpine definitely puts them in a very tight bind because you don't have as much time. If that would have been the case, they would have literally had another practice session to try to get things right, and then FP3 and tomorrow and then qualifying. But now they have to get everything right today in such confined times to get ready for qualifying, which is going to set the grid for Sunday. Now think about it. If the order was like it used to be, they could have possibly reclaimed some of those things in the sprint and changed their fortunes for going into Sunday's race because the sprint did have an effect on Sunday's GP, but that is no more. Today is the day for Sunday, and tomorrow is tomorrow. So yesterday's price is not today's price. And that is something that definitely needs to be understood. And people should probably understand that as well, that sometimes things are good and sometimes things aren't good. And we're going to see if this is a good situation. But at the same point, at another point, 2 things can be true, 3 things can be true. That maybe this is what we may like as spectators, to see teams having more challenges to solve problems in smaller amounts of time and see who can be the best team leading edge. So yeah, maybe that's not such a bad thing. Maybe it's not, right? Maybe that's not such a bad thing. That might actually be okay for some of us. Some of you all might not be okay, but you might be like, I don't like it at all, Wolfpack. You know, I want to see teams have a lot of time to do the things that they want to do. And yeah, I'm cool with that. Maybe you are cool with that. So if you are, hey, it's going to be something different for everybody. I know this, but this is a growing thing and we're going to have to grow into it. So let's grow into it together. Let's see what happens. Let's keep it cool and copacetic. You know, everything does not always work out the way we choose for it to work out. And we are about to get to qualifying real soon. Believe me, believe you me, I'm setting things up right now as we speak. And it's about to go in. So just sit tight. We're about to see how everything rocks out. Now, I know I would like to see some teams perform a bit better than they did in pre-practice. So hopefully that is the case. And hopefully it is game time, ladies and gentlemen. We are about to be in qualifying. Oh, yes. All right, here we go. We're about to be in qualifying. As soon as things get situated, time start populating, we're going to pop that board over and get our things nice and in order. Let me see what you all are saying in the chat, so I don't miss that. Let me go ahead and pop that thing out because I don't want to miss anything like that as far as I'm concerned on that. I want to make sure I keep in good communication with you. My mods will let me know if there are super chats that I have missed, and I will definitely try to make sure I do that. Sylvia Witt Kelly, while I was setting up, has gifted somebody with a Wolfpack membership. That is a blessing, and it looks like Lewis Beer Reviews gets that membership. Big shout out to you. Also, do not forget, we're going to be doing kickback quali. We're going to be doing kickback quali, so get ready. It's almost game time. It's almost game time. Yeah, let's get it. And we do it. So all cards are in the pitch right now. And we are definitely in for a treat. I think this weekend is going to be really interesting. I do. I think this weekend is going to be really interesting. No lie. I think there's going to be things that are definitely going to take place that might be interesting, but at the same time, maybe things take place and this is boring. Maybe this doesn't work out the way that they pictured it working out. Maybe it doesn't happen that way. And this could be very true, right? Because like I said, 2 things could be true, and that indeed might be true. So let's just see what happens. And hopefully things actually do turn out for the better. Freak Dog Flair says, eating my breakfast is watching quali. Galactica says, need to add a lot more parts, amounts to all types. Yeah, because we did see that. What did they do? They went ahead and increased, at least I think it was one power unit. But I think all the allocations need to increase across the board. And I've done a show on that. I've done a video on that. I showed you all what I think they should do. I told you all, and before this season came up, that was going to be an issue. I showed you numbers, percentages. A lot of people say, I don't know. You don't know what you're talking about, Wolfpack. And here we are, 3 races in. Like, people already banging against the door of taking grid penalties because they're already about to be outside of their allocations. I'm not saying I know everything. I'm just saying I might know just a little something. That's all I'm saying. Just a little something. Not much, just a little something. So we'll see how that goes. Once again, they are populating. Things are coming up. Drivers will be getting ready to go on the track, so we'll see how that goes when it gets there. If you didn't see the classifications list right here, we talked about it earlier, and here it is again. Max Verstappen coming in at number 1, of course, the fastest car and a good driver. Charles Leclerc coming in at number 2, which might be a surprise to most because Ferrari has not shown us that they have left 2022 yet. Sergio Perez at number 3. Need to see him come on up. Carlos Sainz at number 4. Hopefully he doesn't catch another penalty. Lesh 430 says, what's up, Wolfpack fam? Ready to get racing again? Let's go. I am ready, Lesh. I am ready. I've been ready. I've been ready to go. Cars pulling out of the pit, out of the garages. And then as we come down here, Nick DeVries and Lando. Lando at number 5, commonly mentioning and confirming that Lewis Hamilton should be an 8-time world championship on his live stream. If you missed that, check that out. Did a video on that as well. Nick DeVries showing rare form at number 6. Lance Stroll at number 7. Fernando Alonso and Alex Albon right there together. A great and somebody that has a great person. Although it could be debated that Fernando's not great, but hey, Alex Albon definitely does have good character. He's in number 9. He would have been just inside of the points if this was a race, and Zhou would have collected the last points, where Lewis Hamilton would have missed out on points, as well as Oscar, Valtteri, Yuki, Nico, Logan, George, Esteban, Pierre, Kevin Magnussen at last, and that's probably what Gunther needs to focus on more than he's focusing on Mercedes, and there you go. Bow. 083 says, good morning, everyone. Let's pop. So listen, I got my honey bun. I'm going to wait. You know, I usually do that. We got kickback quali. I will start kickback quali in between Q1 and Q2. And then we will start the kickback quality questions. Now, the way this works is you get 3 questions. If you bang up 3 points, now it's not back to back because you can steal points off of somebody else, right? If you get a question, they get a question, and somebody else comes in and steals a question, that's 3 questions that were asked. But each of those players only have 1 point each. It's who can get to 3 points the fastest. You got to be fast on that. You got to answer with a super chat. I don't care what the amount is, but I need it to pop up so I can clearly identify it. I'm not going to be trying to go in the chat and find answers. Make your answer known. If you give out the answer and you don't do it the right way, you just give somebody an opportunity to steal your answer and steal a point and get on the board. Now, Will is 3-time back-to-back champ right now. He's collected 3 gift cards, $25 each. There is a $50 gift card available. We spin a wheel. It's random. Whatever the wheel lands on, I will send it to you. Ask Will. I pay out. I send the money to people. Let me know what other live stream show can you come participate in a trivia game and them send you money. I don't know anybody. I just know Wolfpack does it. That's all I know. So if you want money, you want to have a good time, this is where you are. Hulk is pits out. You see the drivers are moving, and we is game time. We in here now. We in here now. Oh yeah, we updating. We in here now. So let's see how this is going to go. Williams, Mercedes out on track as well. Yeah, and also you'll see right there in the red will be the bottom 5. They're in trouble of being dropped off, as well as you see we do have the RPMs there. We do have the gears there. We do have kilometers there. We do have speed trap information there as well. Yeah, we got a few more things than we had before, right? We got a few more things. We came back a little bit stronger this time, so we're going to see what's up and what's popping. So, yeah, let's make this thing happen. Norris right now, number 1, means nothing. All these cars are just going around trying to get temperature into the tires. Also, do not forget that the situation, or not situation, but the plan to move forward is to decrease the tire temps on the blankets, but inevitably they pretty much want to look to get rid of the tire blankets altogether, where now these drivers are really going to have to hone in their craft and manage that car a bit more until those tires get up to operating temperature. Now, a car that may have a big issue with that is the Red Bull car, unless they change things next season, because that car does not do well, or not that it doesn't do well, it doesn't get that heat into the tires as quick as some of the other cars, which has been something that I wouldn't say it's been a problem. It's just a nuance for their design. But if that's all I have to be concerned with in perspective to what I get out of the RB19, I'll take that all day. You're telling me that I might have to go ahead and front load and say, hey, you're going to have to take a little bit longer than some of these other cars to get your tires in operating temperature. But once you do, you're a rocket ship. Sign me up. Sign me up. Nick DeVries is in the pits. Don't know if he'll make it out. Now, what is interesting is you see Gasly is out on track. Credit to Alpine for actually getting that car fixed and ready to go in that short amount of time. Yuki also has some issues there with his car, and he is out on track. Not anywhere near as egregious as what had happened to Gasly. Ham right there was in number 1 for a second. Number 2, now Albon's in number 1. Albon has shared number 1 for some time. This is not the first time we've seen Albon in number 1. That shows me, that at least that's evidence to me. Williams has progressed during the offseason. Hamilton looking to kind of struggle a little bit on those tires as they're still trying to get those things heated up. We do have a yellow flag coming out. We got a yellow flag coming out. The track is not clear. We do have a yellow flag coming out. It will come out soon. Now we are back in green, so that's cool. We're back in green conditions, so everything, it must not have been that bad. Alonso at number 1. Now, remember, you're not even going to worry about seeing Max Verstappen until much later. Max knows at this point in time in his career, coming out of last season into this season, he knows the machine he has. He knows what his capabilities are. So Max pretty much knows that he's going to be able to go out there and lay a hot lap, and he shouldn't be anywhere near off a top 5. So I don't think that's concerned. Now, what I'm going to be interested to see is when Max comes around that corner that Lewis Hamilton just came around, that turn, which I believe was turn 16 or turn 15, I'm going to be interested to see if that Red Bull is going to hang on as much as he needs and not Max run into the wall. We've seen Max do that more than a few times. They had a lot of trouble in Australia as well. Sergio Perez had some complaints about his car. Max came off track several times during the course of that weekend. So this is going to be another track to me because things are tight. Some of these corners can be a bit challenging. We're going to see what happens. And as you see right there, Max Verstappen at the top of the charts at number 1. And then Hamilton is going to take that spot at number 1, laying down purple sectors. Don't forget about the purple sectors merch. That's how we live our life. Purple sectors, baby. Wait a minute. Did they put some sauce in it? Now, it's a little bit too early. Albon's back up there as well. So if you know at this point in time, let's just keep it a buck. If you see this many drivers changing out of that number 1 spot, we're not there where we need to be yet, right? We can get excited about the change-up because I like to see change-up. Sylvia Witt Kelly has blessed somebody with another Wolfpack membership in the chat. Who is that person? Ola, congratulations. Make sure you get in the Discord. You've just been blessed by Sylvia Witt Kelly. We call her that for a reason. If you stay here long enough, you'll find out. If you come in the chat with the BS, you're going to find out why she's got the Wick added to her name. So, yeah, Bottas right now, which we were talking about Alfa Romeo earlier, and it seems like they're having a bit trouble with their season, with the car. I don't know if there's a lot of organizational problems in there, but I'm probably going to do a video talk about it because I did expect a bit more from Alfa Romeo coming into the season, and it looks like the Papaya team says, hello, we are back. Norris and Piastri in a 1 and 2 temporarily for right now. That's something nice to see. McLaren has definitely been slumped. They've brought some updates, and maybe those updates might indeed be able to be categorized as upgrades. We'll have to wait and see. Right now, it's too early to tell. Welcome Shaw back. Shaw probably has the least amount of laps than anybody in Formula One at this point in time. Not all to his own fault, but basically Ferrari has not been performing well. And they've been having some rough break. They had a rough break with Carlos, so I'll give them that. Right there, Max Verstappen says, you know who I am, you know what my name is, you know what car I drive. I'm back in number 1. That's what's on my car, and that's where I want to be for pole position. We will see if he actually gets pole position. I'm pretty sure that Alonso is going to try to rival that, and do not forget, Lewis Hamilton also will be trying to do the same. Mary Beanie, Jay, I said in Wolves Den, Lewis for race win. Now, Mary Beanie is putting her chest out. She's saying that Lewis Hamilton is going to get a race win in Azerbaijan at Baku Circuit this weekend coming Sunday. When we do finale lap, I'm going to see if that's going to be the case. If that is the case, you know how it is. You know how we do. You know where we are. We popping bottles. Now, some of you may be just coming in and say, Wolfpack, are you only popping bottles for Lewis Hamilton? No, that's not the way it works. We voted before the season came in. It is up to you all in the community to vote. We are not a Mercedes community. We are a community that likes Formula One, and it just so happens that majority of fans, people here, are Mercedes supporters, as well as Ferrari, as well as Haas. So if you get more of your people here, you can vote in overturn what we pop bottles for. If it ends up being McLaren, if it ends up being Ferrari, oh, right there, woo, coming off track. Does the back of that car meet the wall? And if so, that's going to need to go back in for some repairs, because we all know the back of that car meets the wall. Woo, that Ferrari comes and clips the wall a little bit. So we got some incidents happen right there where it might need to be some touch-up. Some of these cars might need to go on back in. Actually, that is the same car. I think that is the Alfa Romeo as well. So I couldn't tell if that was Joe or if that was Valtteri, but either way it goes, that car's going to need to go back in to get inspected. So yeah, Mary Beanie, we're going to see if that does happen. Trust me, that will be a record that Lewis Hamilton will actually break. The first Formula One driver outside of 300 GPs or more to collect a race win. He will break that record. If he does not break it, it looks like Alonso will be in almost a more confident position. Oh my gosh, yellow flag. AlphaTauri is in the wall. The AlphaTauri is in the wall. Oh my goodness. And it looks like that might be Nick De Vries, who has just walled that AlphaTauri. It is done. That car is done for at least today. Qualifying is over for him. That sucks. That is sad. Just like I had told you all, if this was the regular schedule in a sprint weekend, AlphaTauri would have an opportunity to fix that car, go into the sprint, and hopefully reclaim some of these positions lost in free practice. But this is not the case now. We are in actually qualifying to set the grid for Sunday. So Nick De Vries will start last unless somebody gets some type of grid penalty. He will start last because he locked it up. He walled that car, and he will not be able to change his place for Sunday. Now, he still will be able to go into the sprint shootout for tomorrow and go ahead and try to collect some points if possible. But other than that, it's over for Nick De Vries. What we got, Freakstar Flair says, AlphaTauri in the wall, red flag. That is true. We just got that on our board, as you see it right there up top. Paul says, what up, fam? Sorry I'm late. That work thing, hey, you not late. You on time, bro. This your family. This your home. You ain't never late when you show up. Hope everyone has a great day. Go Team Merc. Peace and love to you all. Peace and love to you too, brother. Also, Deep Aldhouse starting the job on Monday. Man, I got the honey bun on deck. Mary, don't worry. I got it on deck. Got it on deck. So listen, while they're doing that, we are in red flag conditions. Let's go ahead and go over and have a nice little conversation. So we've talked about this, and I want to ask you all, as you see right there, up there in the small window pane, is a situation that took place in the 2008 Singapore GP. That situation was indeed fumbled up by Ferrari. Felipe Massa not able to leave pits when he could have, when he should have, and where he would have needed to be in order to continue to lead and hopefully win that race. And if he did win that race going forward, possibly he wins the 2008 championship. They're trying to hinge everything going on with Felipe in 2008 on Crashgate. Well, Crashgate happened at lap 14 or 15, which was way, way, way earlier in the race. Following that, we talked about this. I got a show. We went live on this yesterday. Go check out the show. I give you at least 4 to 5 reasons why Felipe damaged, or Ferrari damaged, his own championship campaign. It indeed was not solely alone, or not even majority attributed to the Crashgate situation. All right, Felipe's got to take more responsibility for. Oh my gosh, Sylvia Witt Kelly, what are you doing out here in these streets? She just blessed 5 people with Wolfpack memberships. Let's see who those 5 people are. It says Canito, Janet, Namandi, Ronald, Barker. You all have been blessed with Wolfpack memberships. Get into the Discord so you can talk to the fam, so you can join the Wolves DM. Oh my goodness. Big shout out to Sylvia Witt. Matter of fact, I got to go ahead. I know they take care of it, but she is so goldish. She is goldish. That's no lie. Sylvia Witt Kelly is goldish, and I'm giving her the goldish emoji. If you don't have that emoji, it's because you're not a Wolfpack family member. Be a Wolfpack family member, get access to all the custom emojis, and you get to vote on emojis that we're going to have coming up next, because I ask you all right? Just like we got French toast, we got the honey bun, we got the waffle, we got the flag. We're going to have some pretty cool emojis coming up. And as we get more members into the family, YouTube allows us to have more allocations for emojis. So then I can ask you more likely what you want, and you get to decide. And then I'll try to design them as close as possible, because I design all of the emojis. I'll find a way to pick all of the emojis up and bring them into the platform. So all cars pretty much are in the pits. We're under red flag conditions. Max Verstappen leads that red flag in number 1. as you see right there. Charles Leclerc in number 2, Alonso in number 3, and Norris in number 4, Hamilton in 5. And if it's not top 5, we ain't worried about it. It ain't alive. So we're only going to worry about the top 5 unless a situation happens like Nick DeVries. The crane is right now out there on track. They're trying to go ahead and get that car off of the track so that we can get this qualifying back on the way. We only have about 10 more minutes left, which is enough time for cars to get out there. Time has stopped. And qualifying could go a bit longer than we thought it could go. So, yeah, that's where we are right now. So let me make sure, check our stream health, make sure we're good. We are in excellent condition. So we have nothing to worry about right there. So let's go ahead and go back to this classifications list right now. We're on red flag. We're on hold. And right now, you know what would be a good time to start kickback quali? We're on a red flag. I don't know how long it's going to take them to get this car off, but let's go ahead and do a kickback quali question. So like I said, kickback quali. I'm going to ask a trivia question. You come up with the answer. You have to answer with a super chat. Be fast because people are really fast at this. Be fast. The first person to answer gets the point. The first person to 3 points is the winner. That winner will be able to spin for a $25 or $50 Visa gift card, which I will send you, and I've sent plenty of them out, and you get to spend your money where you want. All right, so here we go. First question coming up right now. Get your fingers ready. Get everything ready so you can type it in. Who were the 2 main drivers for Red Bull for the 2007 Formula One season? Who were the 1 and 2 drivers for Red Bull during the 2007 Formula One season? Who were those drivers? Who were those drivers? Right now, as you see, we are still in red flag condition. Cars are still in the pits. So who's going to answer that question? What do we got? Name the 2 drivers that were driving for Red Bull in 2007. Name the 2 drivers that were driving in Red Bull for 2007. Jay London, I see that because you came in last. Oh, somebody answered, but they didn't answer with a super chat, so they're not getting points. We got another answer coming up there, but it's not super chat. They're not getting point. Oh, we got an answer up there. And if anybody wants to steal it because you want to enter it correctly with the super chat, you can claim your point right now and take the lead for the first question of kickback quali. Somebody can steal that answer. The right answer is up there. Somebody put the right answer up there twice, but they did not answer with super chat, so it does not count. Who is going to steal those answers? Somebody's trying to help you all out. Somebody is helping you all out. First person to answer with a super chat. It don't matter if it's 50 cents. It doesn't matter. It's just got to be in super chat form so it pops up there. Who's going to steal those answers? Who's going to steal those answers? I'm just trying to see who's going to take this first point. Who's going to take the first point of kickback quality? It might go uncontested. Somebody, let's see. Caller, thank you. Coulthard and Web. You know what? I know what you meant. Weber. All right, Coulthard and Weber. You are correct. Oh, we got a new person on the board. Matter of fact, I think that's FRS changed his tag. Matter of fact, that is correct. No, it is not Daniel Rigg. That is correct. Abadi's got it, so I'm about to put you down right now. The first question has been answered, and one person has 1 point on the board. If they get 2 more points unchallenged, they will win. Is that what y'all trying to do? Y'all trying to let them get all the points up here? Come on now. Weber and Coulthard. That is correct. Sylvia Witt Kelly. I wish you would have hit that button earlier and answered it. So that is the correct answer. It is not Danny Rick. Weber was right. Mary Beanie, you got 50% of that correct. And but yeah, the right answer is Coulthard and Weber. Those are the number 1 and 2 driver for Red Bull in 2007. We got one person on the board. It's not over. He's got to get 2 more points to win it all. You can steal a question and an answer and drag this thing out. I should have enough questions to make it, and if I don't, I will drum up some more. By the way, we do have a new VIP family member. We do have a new VIP member that we are going to announce on Sunday for Finale Lap. Be here Sunday to congratulate them, because when you earn your box, I will ask everybody to be here to congratulate you. We do have a new VIP member that will be presented during Finale Lap Live on Sunday for post-race highlights. Be here to see who it is. And you want to know why you want to be here to see who it is? Because it might be you. It might just be you, all right? So if anybody needs to, like we said, if you're a family member and you're not in the Discord yet, there is a video for members of the channel. You can access that. If you can't find it, what I will do is I will make a new fresh post in order for you to access that, so you can go ahead and you can get your access into the Discord and chop it up with the fam. There's a lot of good things going on in there. A lot of good things. We have Wolves Den and the talks and the chats that we have throughout the week. We're definitely going to have one this week. Matter of fact, we're likely going to have one this evening. We'll probably have a Wolves Den this evening talking about everything that's going on with this before we go into the sprint shootout tomorrow. So you want to go ahead and sign into the Discord so you can participate in that Wolves Den, because you get to chop it up, say what you feel, speak your opinion, your family members, debate. Yuki glancing that wall right there. And let's see, I'm going to show you right now. We are still underneath the red flag. Everything is not cleared off yet. Hopefully we'll be cleared off here in the next few minutes and continue on with Q1. We are still in Q1, right? It's going to be a long Q1, guaranteed. So yeah, loving this. So right now we got one person on the board for kickback quali with 1 point. There's only been one question. There are going to be more questions and opportunity for other people to win. If you let that person go on challenge, they're going to have a free opportunity to just go ahead and spend for their money, and then they'll get it. So don't let them go freely. But if you want to, it's cool. I don't care either way. I'm going to send the money out. I just like to play games and have a good time. Whoever participates deserves to get the prize. And if that's going to be the only person to participate, I ain't mad at them getting paid for that. If you give me a chance to get easy money, I'm going to take it. I'm going to take some easy money. All right, I'm going to take it. If you give me a chance to answer 3 questions uncontested, I'm going to answer them all. I don't care. I don't care. You should have did it. You should have answered. So right there, yeah, Bernie's talking crazy and Gunther's talking crazy. Maybe they've been together drinking and talking crazy. I'm not going to say what they was drinking. They could have been drinking a hot, major strong cup of cappuccino, or maybe even cafe latte, or maybe even, I mean, you call it, you say what you want to say. Maybe that's what they was drinking and the caffeine contents was that high in that coffee. And they was like, woof, macchiato. I don't know. You just say whatever you want to say. But Bernie been talking crazy. Gunther been talking crazy. And yeah, it's a crazy thing. Now, don't forget, tomorrow's sprint is going to be a bit different, right? The situation with the sprint is going to be different tomorrow. They're going to have, the way it's going to work is the sprint will indeed have mandatory tires. The sprint shootout will have mandatory tires. And I'm going to show you all, we are still under red flag conditions. Just so you know, I don't just want to run my mouth and talk to you and not let you see the performance, because this I like quality. I like quality. It's very interesting to me. I like to see the cars change out, especially as of late. We've had opportunities to see like different drivers hit number one, just like we had momentarily there before we ended up in the red flag. We had Valtteri, we had Albon, we had Hamilton, we had Verstappen, we had Leclerc, we had Alonso, we had Norris and Piastri, a 1 and 2 at one time. I like to see that action. So yeah. But yeah, we'll see what takes place. We're going to be looking for it. So in the shootout, there will be a decrease of time throughout Q1, Q2, Q3. They're going to do that again. They're going to do that again for the shootout. But the only difference is time's going to decrease every section of that quali shootout for that. Also, they're going to have mandatory tires, medium for Q1, medium for Q2, and softs for Q3 in the shootout. So that's another thing. There are some things to be said about that I think they could have did a bit better as far as adjusting this whole sprint format, but they did something, and we don't really know if it's legitimately going to work in reality, until we actually see it. We can knock it theoretically, right? Because nothing's really been done. But until we see it actually played out, I think it's only fair to say that it actually could work out and be pretty good. It's not entirely like my opinion and my suggestion of what should have been done. I think what I was suggesting and what many of you had also suggested would have satisfied lower teams to get more points and kind of make the overall competitiveness of the grid of the teams a bit more close and more like interesting. The way this is already set up is kind of like still it's giving the stronger teams the ability. Like we even talked about an inverse grid order. That would be interesting as hell. I'm telling you, I'm not apologizing. That would be interesting to have inverse grid order. I think that would definitely do something for not only the challenging, but the competitiveness of the grid for lower teams to try to work as hard as they can to not sink, and teams that are really powerful to see how well they can work through traffic in the grid and manage their pit stops in order to keep making that an efficient move progressively up. So that's very interesting. We do have some cars right here signifying that they're in first gear. And so if they're signifying that they're in first gear, they are started up. Those cars are, the engines are running. And hopefully soon we will see those cars pulling out of the garage in some time. Now we got 82% humidity. We got 1,011 as far as the pressure. We have 4.7 kilometers of wind to due east. And the track temperature right now is 33.6 Celsius. Air temp is 19.3 Celsius. Those are your environmental conditions right now as we are sitting in this qualification to set the grid for Sunday. Let's see how the rest of this goes. Right now, the camera's on Lewis Hamilton, in-car cam. He's got those nice gloves and that helmet sitting up there. He's just waiting to take off so he can get more data. Mercedes can get more data, hopefully dial this car in to be a bit more competitive throughout the season. McLaren is likely doing the same thing. They've been slacking. Red Bull's just adding on to what's already good, pretty much. There, we saw they had Flow Viz on the car in the free practice session, so definitely trying to see if their updates are conducting themselves as they thought they would or as they estimated they would via CFD. And last time they did it, I mean, they had an awesome Flow Viz pattern. It told you exactly the airflow moving about that car was indeed in uniform. I don't know what it looks like now. I didn't get a close-up picture of that car after it had ran. Now we're trying to see. Looks like, they're pushing they're pushing him into the garage. Looks like Nick DeVries was going to be set to try to go back out, but they're pushing him back in the garage. So I don't know if that's going to happen anymore. They might be putting that car up. It might be done for the day. It looked like for a moment they were going to get it back out there, but it doesn't look like that's what's going to happen anymore. So, yeah, that car, I think he's done for the day. I don't know if he comes back. You still got Q2, Q3, so I don't know if that's something they can get done, but they willed it back into the garage, so Nick is not coming back out. As you see down there, 0 RPMs, 0 kilometers, not happening. He's done. Looks like we had a DRS peep right there on Perez's car. You know, he might have been checking the DRS. He had a DRS peep kind of come in. Drivers running checks, checking buttons as you see some of the DRS buttons lighting up. So they're probably running checks. As you see some of these cars got RPMs running, some of them don't. So, yeah, everybody's kind of indifferent in the whole pattern right now, waiting for that green light to kick so they can go ahead and leave pit lane, get out there on track. You see we're all zeroed out on speed kilometers. Max Verstappen right now holding number one with the purple section of 141.887. Also, do not forget, when there are no Formula One races, we are here with live races, esports grudge races. You can participate. All you need to do is go ahead and send me a friend request on EA's platform, the Wolfpack F1. I will accept that friend request, give you an opportunity to come race with us. Now, if you do a bunch of shenanigans, you're going to get booted out. I'm just going to let you know that right now. We're not going to play that. We'll give you a few opportunities, but if the drivers come together in the driver's cool down room and they say, hey, I've seen this driver doing this multiple times, and I noticed it multiple times, and we have some experienced drivers. Broken Hypocrite is experienced. Stop Pausing experience. Stinky's been dealing with leagues and Delta Zero Productions for a minute. He definitely knows foul play when he sees it. If my brothers reach out to me and say, hey, that doesn't look right, then I'm going to look at it. Just like they've reached out to me before. We had a situation with Stop Pausing and Young Bigambi, and Brian reached out to me and said, hey, I went back, looked at it, kind of, and then I went and looked at it, and we made a nice decision. So we will have a race series coming up, and I will be shooting a promo video. Things are really busy, but I'm making it a task to try to hopefully get that done today. Cars are out on track, so let's kick back over to our board, see what's going on. Nothing's changed with the track temps. Nothing's changed with the air temp. Humidity has went down by 2% there, and wind speeds look like they may have decreased just a tad, and they've changed direction going northeast right now. So there we are. Also, you got your speed trap board down there. You want to go ahead and pay attention to that if you like. So you can see what cars the fastest, what cars not. Get you an idea of what's going on there. Right now, Bottas in Sector 1 holds the speed trap at 231 kilometers an hour. Sector 2, Shaw from Ferrari at 244 kilometers an hour. And Perez leading at the finish line at 338 kilometers an hour. Speed trap 324 belongs to Aston Martin, and Lance Stroll at 324. Look at that finish line. To me, that means more. Coming across the finish line at 338 kilometers an hour. The closest team outside of a Red Bull car is Alex Albon and the Williams. Now, we heard as much to this last season, right, about them talking about Williams' speed and even Alpine, but it never materialized into race wins. Albon's had that kind of, Williams has had that. And remember, they're running a Mercedes power unit. Just a few different tweaks here and there. Of course, not as strong as a team or a car, but there's evidently some potential there that can be extracted, whether that be a driver or a little bit more development in the car as far as aero. James Vowell, I think, has been a catalyst for a little bit of positive progression in that team, so big shout out to him. We got a yellow flag already, and it's an Alpine car. Oh, my gosh, it's an Alpine car, and likely who is it going to be? Gasly is slowing down tremendously to 42, 43 kilometers an hour. Likely it is Gasly trying to limp that back. That front, the right side of that car is shot. It is done. Gasly has caught this car on fire. He's burned it up. Now the car looks like it's come apart. And Gasly has done a great job at parking this car in areas of the track to not only not endanger spectators and our other drivers, but to get the car off track. And he's pulled off into another nice area. Alpine is having a rough time. I might venture to say that you got to be careful about what you do behind closed doors. What you do may come out into light. And Alpine is not having a good time. Gasly got away with murder in Australia, wrecking both cars out while Carlos was penalized and he was not. And in today's race, already the AT has caught the A523 has caught on fire Gasly. Now Gasly has come around this corner and he's wrecked the car and he's going to be out again. So with that, boom, there it is. And he's going to be out again. So what do they say about that? You know, things do come back around on a circle track. And Bow, he tore that car up. He smashed the wall. Gasly smashed it. I was already talking about, was it a possibility that we see high-flying Max come around a corner like that, because he carries a lot of speed and he can handle it. But at times with the tire temp, maybe the car won't hold. And Gasly goes and does it right here, right there. Hey, maybe they should have took that penalty because they're getting penalized right now. They're getting penalized right now. And I bet Carlos is sitting back in that car like, meanwhile, Carlos Sainz spinning out on track as well, but he doesn't get taxed. He evades it just a bit. He almost clipped that wall, but he escapes off the skin of his teeth and is able to continue on. Red flag conditions again. This is going to be a long Q1, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be a long Q1. There it is. Red flag conditions again. We are under red flag conditions that soon. Only 7 minutes and 30-something seconds left in Q1. We haven't even touched Q2 yet. I may indeed have to eat that honey bun before Q3. We haven't even touched Q2. What are we talking about? We talking about red flags this season are going crazy. Red flags are on sale. Red flags are on sale for the 2023 Formula One season. I'm trying to tell you, I might buy me one. If they sell red flags, I'm probably going to buy one because this season is going to be a red flag race. All right. So let me put a poll. Let me put a poll in the chat. Vote on it. Don't dance on it. Let me see what you all think. Let me see if you all think Gasly is done. Do you think Gasly is done for the day? Or do you think this is something they get fixed? Because I'm going to tell you, the damage on that car, and they have to fix the barrier. Don't forget about that. They're also going to have to repair the barrier. So that's going to take a bit more time because he definitely put some damage into that. He's going to get in the medical car. Now, I do remember last time we had a race last season where Lewis Hamilton had an incident. Definitely, I think the vertical acceleration of that incident warranted him being checked out medically, and the medical car went right by him, never picked him up. So I remember that happened, and a lot of people were talking about that. Ferrari's back in the pits. Carlos is probably, he's probably like, shoo, I almost killed it. But as you see right here, I'll show you. As you see right there, cars are all back in the pit. Verstappen probably didn't even leave. Nick DeVries right now is another car that was out at that point in time. And now Gasly likely will be out. I don't know for how long, but we'll see. Galacticus says right here, See too many changes to format, folks not ready. Hey, that could that be a part of what we're seeing? Do y'all think? Matter of fact, I'm about to ask. That's what I'm finna poll. I'm going to ask you all. Do you think that these current situations are attributed to the change of format? Here we go. Poll in the chat. Dance on it. No, vote on it. Don't dance on it. Don't dance on it. Don't dance on it. All right, here you go. Poll in the chat. Vote on it. Don't dance on it. Poll in the chat. Vote on it. Do not dance on it. Poll in the chat. Vote on it. Do not dance on it. Do you think that the change of format are causing the issues that we are seeing from these teams right now? And if so, I got another question for you that I'll ask you. I mean, I feel like it's a little too early for us to start the second question of kickback trivia, quality kickback trivia. We haven't even left Q1 yet. We're still in Q1, people. This might be like a very long qualifying. This qualifying might indeed. Oh my gosh, I need to see what the set allotted time for qualifying is. And I need to look that up in the regs because we might tap on that. We are already 2 flags in and 1 session in. Freak Dogs Flair says, what if we vote and dance on it? If you vote and dance on it, you're an overachiever. And I like tryhards. Go ahead, do it. Dance on it and vote on it. I ain't mad at you. I'm not mad at you, Freak Dogs Flair. Get it in. Do the gritty. No time like now to be happy and do a dance right now. As you see, we are definitely not going anywhere right now. So this is where we are. We got another red flag, and that didn't last long. I don't even think they got the tires heated up good. And as you see, Gasly shows us that, and he smacks the wall. Also, I got another question too. Matter of fact, I need to start writing down these questions because sometime I might forget them because I start coming up with more questions. So I'm gonna ask that question as well. All right. So let me see that. Don't mind me. I'm just writing this down. I'm gonna poll it. You'll see it soon. This one is a good one that I want to see what you all will say. And then this one. Don't forget, winner of the kickback quality will be able to spend for a $25 or $50 gift card. Keep that in mind. We're going to be here. Also, we have an Instagram page. Almost forgot. We have an Instagram page. It is called F1 Minute. That is the page that will host and hold majority of the Formula One content before my other page, which is really heavily about the car build that I have and I've had going on. And a lot of people know about. It's been magazines, all this other stuff. But there is now a dedicated Instagram page for our Formula One content, short form content. You can go over there, follow the page, F1 Minute. You'll see it. Name still under Wolfpack Performance, but it is F1 Minute. Also, if you could be so kind, I'll tell you what, and let me go ahead and put it in the chat. You know, since we're underneath red flag, I would like to take this opportunity and see if you all can support. And if so, I'd really appreciate it if you could go over to the actual podcast. And all I would like is if you just go ahead and give a 5-star rating on that podcast. Definitely been doing a lot better job trying to uphold that and deliver a lot of content on that for people that like it audible and just like to ride in the car and listen to the things that we talk about. So I'm going to go ahead and share this in the chat. And if you could just go ahead over there, give me a 5-star review, and I'd really appreciate that. So here it is right here. Thank you very much. Let me go ahead and put a little emoji on that just to make it look, nice, just something to make it stand out a little bit. So if you could go on over there and actually click that link, go to the Spotify, just give a 5-star review, help grow the platform, grow the channel. We spend a lot of time here together. Some of our debates and our shows and the things we talk about go over that way so that you even can be on the go and catch it. Because all the time, it's not easy to have like access to data and be on your laptop. So this gives you an opportunity. If you miss a show, if you miss an episode and you can't access it video, you can go ahead and access it audible on your phone, on your tablet, on your laptop, on your desktop, at work while you're sitting there doing a boring report that you really don't want to do. You can listen to me go off about Formula One. So go ahead and check that out. That baby is knocked out. She is asleep. She says, I'm tired. I've been out here. They red flagging it up. I'm tired. Give me my milk. Change my diaper. I'm going to bed. That baby is so cute, though. So let me see what you all said. 81%, as you see right now, we are still Track is clear, so cars will start going out. So we're not underneath red flag, but cars are still in pit lane. Haven't totally been released yet, but the track evidently is getting in clear status. So evidently they've cleaned up. They've checked the barriers, or they're still checking the barriers, but at least the car probably is removed good enough to go ahead and give a green condition. Teams looking a bit more frantic and moving around, so evidently they're trying to get ready to go. So 81% of you said you do think that the change of format is indeed probably causing the issues that we're seeing. Okay. I'm not mad at that. I mean, it's not like you can be wrong. Like, we changed format and now we got all these situation happens. But my next question to poll is this. Do you actually like what you're seeing so far? And if you do, are you liking where this could possibly head? Because we're going to see what this is going to change, right? Tomorrow, we're going to see what this is going to change. Tomorrow, we're going to see that. We're going to see how this is going to affect everything tomorrow. So we will be seeing that really soon. So keep that in mind, all right? So we'll be seeing how this affects everything tomorrow. It will be coming up. So we'll see how it goes. Restore the chat right here. Let me see. Ed Grace, hold on. Judical McBudical says, sub fam, what you think about Chuck Leclerc expressing his Rari pain by making music? Man, hey, listen, I make songs. I liked it. I liked it. I said, Char out there getting that money. He getting that music check. I like it. And then dude actually ranked on the charts. That's what's cool about it. He came up with a song and it ranked on the charts. I'm not mad at it. I actually liked it. I enjoyed it. So yeah, Judica McBuda, I'm in support of it. Ed Gray says, sup fam, so happy for a race weekend. Got my shirt, is fire. Hey, big shout out, Ed. I'm glad you got your shirt. If you could send me a picture, I will post that. Yes, more shirts are going to be going out next week. I got a batch going up. By the way, big shout out to G5 MDS Flying. I see you ordered your hat. That is also going to go out. And G5 MDS, every time I just have communication, because I actually got to call you. All right. I actually got to call Danny B as well on some things. But when these hats are being ordered, I just sat and I thought, like, you know what? I got to make something else for these hats, because some of you are just ordering hats. You're not ordering shirts. And the hats don't necessarily need to go in the same bag, right? So everything else I send out has some pop, right? So why not the hats when they travel? They need a pop. So I'm going to sit down. I'm going to design packaging for the hats when you all just order the hat, for that to come in Wolfpack packaging as well. So I'll be working on that too. Just a lot of things I got to work on. That's why I've been up since probably like 3:30 this morning, right? 3:30 this morning, getting ready, doing my preparation, then watching free practice, and we are back at it. So let's get it. All right, so here we go. Cars on the track. I got so involved with talking to y'all. Y'all distracted me. I'm blaming it on you. All right, so cars back on the track as we see right now. So let's get into it and check that out. Make sure that's all good. And we'll see Max Verstappen right now is holding that number one spot. Remember, these cars right now are literally trying to warm these tires up. I think Gasly probably put some fear in. We got DRS crack right there. As you see, Alex Albon crack DRS. Logan Sargent crack DRS. Russell cracking the DRS. Perez says, I'll take a crack at DRS too. A lot of crack going on around there. Lewis Hamilton got the DRS cracked. So, yeah, we got DRS popping up everywhere, as you see, coming down that straight, trying to get the speed. Definitely going to see if anybody's going to get a tow. If somebody gets a tow and they already got a good time, that's definitely going to be a good position for them. I'm trying to see if anybody's going to smack another wall. Like this smacking of the wall is seen. Ooh, that was close, Russell. That was close, buddy. Russell was mighty close right there. We will ask our next question before Q2. I will ask the other question. I might ask two, given that we'll have to make up for some time because of the red flag conditions. I might have to ask two questions. So, yeah, we'll see what happens right now. But right now, we got cars making their way around the track. We're trying to see who's going to get that number one spot, if anybody. Right now, Max Verstappen still holding that. Woo, came down that corner. I like the elevation change on that turn 12 right there. But turns, I think, 8 through 11 are my favorite portion of this track. Russell, Ocon, Yuki doing this thing. De Vries in the pits, Gasly in the pits. Sainz is just, he's not doing better than cars that's in the pits. How the hell that look? Carlos better get his game up. Like if anybody has a chip, needs to have a chip on their shoulder about what happened, Carlos, you need to get your weight up, bro. You should have a big chip on your shoulder and show it. So we got some movement going on here, but nothing to change. Ooh, Perez says, I'll take that, Max, and I'll raise you, buddy. So Perez, Checo, Minister of Defense, is now in the lead right now for pole position on Sunday with a 1-4-1 point. Not anymore. It didn't last long. Max Verstappen said, you thought, and you thought wrong. I'm going to go ahead and see you by damn near 4/10. 0.398 to Perez's 0.756. Max says, don't forget who I am. Although I might have sucky character, I'm a pretty good driver. Galactica says, you really thread the needle on this track. Big shot. You know you do, and these cars got bigger. Adis says, love it. Drivers are doing what they are paid to do, racing more exciting for fans. Hey, that's a good very point. Paul says, my wife and I love our purple sectors, where we actually had someone ask us at MetLife Stadium if it was the F1 YouTube channel. I had to tell them about it. For real. That's crazy. That is crazy. By the way, Paul ordering and his wife ordering the turquoise versions, and those were fire. That version was fire. So big shout out, bro, to you and your wife, supporters of the channel, family of the channel. That's crazy at MetLife. Somebody asked you about it. Yo, I love it. I love it. Purple Sectors collection. Ooh, and Ocon just barely gets away with skimming that wall. About to join Gasly in the garage. About to put Alpine again out of a situation that they don't want to be out of, which is the qualifying race. That's what he was about to do. All right, we got 2 minutes to go. Cars are moving a bit slow, trying to get a little bit of distance so they can make some runs. As you see right there, K-Mag is in the pits. Definitely had a situation earlier, had a failure, so hopefully they work that out. Gunther needs to pay more attention to Haas instead of everybody else. And let's see what's going to happen here. Right now, Hulk and Mag sitting down toward the bottom. We're not even concerned about it. Let's go ahead to our top five. Our top five right now, as you see it, both Red Bull cars, 1 and 2. Leclerc, Ferrari, all by his lonesome, while Sainz sits at 10, Hamilton in 4th. And where's Russell? Russell's at 9th. Got a bit of gap in between that and his teammate. I'd like to see him close that up. I like Oscar Piastri to go ahead and close that gap up with Norris and join the Papaya team over there in the top 10, at least to start this grid off, and see if McLaren might be able to rip off a bit more points than they have not been able to do up until now. The car came into the season not a competitor. For 3 races, it was not a competitor. Oscar Piastri did show us some potential that he may indeed, hopefully, come out to be what Zach Brown and McLaren wanted in him throughout that whole dispute in that battle. That is still left to be told, and a story that is unknown. Oscar Piastri is going to have to do his thing to show everybody that I was indeed worth the hassle that you saw in Formula One. Right now, not the case. So let's keep going right now. Max is still, he's got that time. He's in the pit. Max says, you know how Max does. I always tell you, Q3, guarantee he's coming out with a hot lap. Even if you don't see him for a portion of Q2, Max Verstappen will come out and lay a hot pancake in Q3. And that only thing is, will we see somebody do better than that? Now, Perez, for a moment, seemed to do better. Now, he's cut that time down to about a little less than 3/10 now. Can he do a bit better than that to go ahead and claim that pole position? We will see. Shaw is off by 5/10 from Verstappen if he really wants to do something. That's an approximate. It's not an exact. I'm not going to sit here with a calculator. But around 5/10 he's off. He's going to have to actually, he's not anymore. Actually, yeah, he just moved that time up. So good job, Shaw. Good job, buddy. I didn't know if you were going to be able to do that, but you did. Good job, buddy. So, yeah, I mean, he's considerably, he's off. I mean, what is that? Yeah, he's off by 5/10 still. Yeah, that ain't the gap is, that ain't, no, actually he's not. He's done good. Yeah, he's off by 800ths of a second. So, yeah, he could probably close that if he could do something with it. Perez is in the pits. As you see right there, Max Verstappen not even like laying down necessarily his best laps in the quarting. Perez got some green sectors and purple sectors. We like to see more purple sectors because that's how we live. Our life, purple sectors, like living our best life. You see the shirt. You see right here, I have on the asphalt, the ash shirt right here. This is the ash. Living my best life. That's the lap time. My best life are the sectors, and that's how we living right here. Purple sectors at the Wolfpack family. Russell creeping up into the top 5 right there. Good job, Russell. I see you, buddy. Look at you growing up all right before our eyes right there. Thank you. Welcome to the party. Welcome to the top 5. Way to push Lando out. And right there, Q1 is finished. Let's see who's not going to make it at all. I was just about to say, can Bottas push anybody out? Zhou bringing his weight up. Alfa Romeo spoke too soon. Looks like at least Bottas might make it out of there. Alonso going to number 2, separating the Red Bull cars. Whoa, Aston Martin showing up. What's up? Leclerc going to number 1, taking it back for Ferrari. Let's go. Let's go. We got a mixture. We got a Ferrari. We got a Red Bull and an Aston Martin in the top 3. Yes, this is what I like. Move it around. A 141.2, knocking Max off by less than almost a tenth of a second. Yo, I like it. Max is going to come back, though. You know this. You do know this. He's going to come back. He's going to lay something down, but that is nice to see. I'm liking that. Valtteri, way to get up out of that drop-off zone, buddy. Way to continue on to Q2. Valtteri, Zhou not so lucky. Ocon, by the skin of his teeth, stayed in Q2. So your drivers that are going to be leaving us today, Zhou, Gasly, De Vries, save somebody. Gasly and De Vries just gave somebody a go-ahead card, and likely the go-ahead card went to Ocon and Valtteri. Had it not been for Gasly and De Vries, at least hypothetically, it would be 2 more spots left for somebody to not make it into Q2, but those 2 guys ended up having Gasly ruined his car himself, had a failure earlier. He's out of there. De Vries definitely is out of there with a failure. So who is in there that definitely earned to be in there is Haas. What do you know? What do you know? Gunther, would you like to focus on that? Would you like to focus on why your team's not making it out of Q1? Would you like to just tell us that? Because you like to tell us a lot of other stuff, Gunther. So could you please go on camera and tell us why your team didn't make it out of Q1? Both drivers. Just let us know that. You let us know a lot of other stuff. Paul says, I like the asphalt look. I'm going to order them after the live, though. The asphalt look is hard. I got like 2 of these myself. I like the asphalt. Shows off, it's just nice kind of body lines. I like it, Paul. I'm telling you, asphalt was nice. Now, I'm going to have one that I'm going to try, and I like it, but it's like a loud one. So we'll see what happens. Also, I got a new product coming soon for that morning time, but I got to make sure it's all right, so we're still working on it. Lewis Hamilton coming around that corner, almost smacks that wall. That turn right there, he does make contact. Lewis Hamilton does make contact with that wall. That turn right there is going to be a doozy. Another driver coming around there just breaking loose right there. That is also Lewis Hamilton right now. I think there might be some front wing damage. They're looking into that right now, or they're either looking into the leading edge of that front wing as for development. But anyway, let's get ready. We are right now about to ask our next question for Kickback Quali. Next question for Kickback Quali. Right now, Abadis is the only one on the board. Only one on the board. Somebody else can steal a question. You have to answer with a super chat in order for it to count. Here is the question. Juan Pablo Montoya left Formula One in 2006 to join what racing series? Juan Pablo Montoya left Formula One in 2006 to join what racing series? Who's got the answer? Who's going to get one step closer to a $25 or $50 gift card? Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? You're going to see right now, we waiting. We waiting for Q2 to start. Trust me, I'm not cheating you. I'm not going to cheat you on the quality. We waiting. Humidity is 80%. Air temp has went up by 0.3. The track temps have decreased by 2. And wind speed 2.9 still going northeast. Who's going to get it? Who's going to get it? Oh, my goodness. Who wants to steal that answer? Who wants to steal that answer? Juan Pablo Montoya left Formula One in 2006 to join Akandu. Akandu says, I'll take that, sir. It is NASCAR. He did indeed leave Formula One and join the NASCAR series. We now have a 2-way tie. Mary Beanie said Indy. That is not correct, although it is still on the right side of the pond in America. It is not Indy. It was NASCAR. So now we have a 2-way tie, and it could still be a 3-way tie, 4-way tie. If different people get the answer, then that's all 5 people having one answer. We're looking for who's going to get 3 answers correct first. Akandu sneaking in to steal that answer away with NASCAR is correct. Yes, Juan Pablo Montoya left Formula One, the elite sport in the motorsports world, and went to NASCAR. Go figure. Also, what Kimmy was in that NASCAR series, and he probably would have done better, but I expected more from him. And I said as much in my video. I might have been a bit harsh, but I was really rooting for him. And when what happened, and to be fair, I say I might have been harsh because indeed, yeah, NASCAR is like almost a low grade bumper car situation. Like those drivers don't mind rubbing paint. It's like almost that's what you got to do to race in NASCAR. So he might not have been ready for that. Let me see what we got. Paul says IRL. Body says cart. No. Freak Dog Flair says he went from going left and right to going only left hand turns the beer in NASCAR, and I ain't playing. That's why I don't mess with NASCAR. Oh my goodness. Paul says cart. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that was a good one. Freak Dog. That was a good one. I like that. He went from going left and right to only going left. Yeah, he says, you know what? If I can cancel that, I can put more of my energy and my experience into being the best. Yeah, not so much in NASCAR. He didn't do well. He didn't make it out of that race. But honestly, he was making pretty good progress up until that point, so I give him credit for that. I would like to see him give it a go again, honestly. I would like to see him give it a go this season and see if he can actually finish a race because I think he can do pretty well. I think he can. So right there, you'll see your drop-off zone as it sits right now. Sonoto, Piastri, Stroll was there. Sainz, Bottas, and Ocon sit there. They're going to be swapping out of there. They don't want to be there. We're going to see what drivers will remain there by the end of Q2. Right now, we have a two-way tie, and I'm going to ask another question coming up real soon because it won't be any surprise if we end up having a red flag, right? Because we've been red flagging it up until now. Q2 has started. They got 14 minutes, just under 30 seconds in that to get this thing going to see who's gonna get that position going into Q3. Right now, Alonso's sitting at the top. Russell and Hamilton in third. Our top five are Alonso, Russell, Hamilton, Albon, and Tsunoda. We'll see if that stays the same. I doubt it. Trust me, when Verstappen and Perez and the Ferrari boys come out, I might be able to start calling Ferrari the Ferrari boys. Remember, I came up with that term, Ferrari boys. And I might actually be able to start calling them that again. And I called them that because they was flying. And up until now, they haven't been doing that. So I haven't really been calling them the Ferrari boys. I can also tell you that the Mercedes doesn't look like some of you probably thought it was going to look for this race. I think a lot of people were expecting a bit more, and it's not what we got. It's not what you got. So we'll see what happens. But this track right now this season is giving them. I mean, Azerbaijan can always be a bit interesting anyway, but it seems like it's a bit more interesting than usual already in qualifying. There's no telling what we're going to see in the sprint shootout or the race. That castle section is just my favorite. I might actually try to travel to that track. For real. I might actually travel to that track and actually go to a race there, as soon as I can get out there, because that is one of my favorite tracks. And then I can go ahead and put that one up there as well. I could put that track up there on the wall. I might need to do that. I like it. And also, it looks like a key to me. I'm going to order that track anyway and get that one put up here some way because I like Baku. Baku to me is a nice looking track. I like the castle section. I like those series of turns. So, yeah, I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to make that happen. So, yeah, we're going to definitely make that happen. So, we'll see what happens right now. Alonso, Russell sneaks up to 2. Russell sneaking up to 2. And what do you know? The Williams team, Albon and Sargent, 3 and 4. Oh, not anymore. Hamilton says, I got something to say about that. I'm trying to get up there, too. Believe that. Right now, keep in mind, Akondu says 140.4 is going to be pole winning time. Woo! Whoa, buddy. Let me write that down. I'm writing that down right now, and I'm putting your name next to it. I'm writing that down. You say that's going to be pole. All right. I got you down on the board, buddy. We're going to see if you're right. We're going to test your Formula One acumen, see what your time crystal ball skills will yield for us. We'll see what happens there. That's going to be, if that happens, I'm going to tell you right now, bro, if that happens, if you get that right, if you get that dialed in, now I'm not going to count the other two. I'm not going to count the hundreds and the thousands. If you get to the 10th of that being pole position, I'm sending you a purple sectors hat on me. I'm going to tell you right now, if you get that right, just saying, if you get that right, I got you. So we'll see what happens. Don't everybody go crazy in the chat. Akondu was the first person to do it. I'm gonna give them that. They stepped up, put their chest out, and they said, Albon, Albon getting Sergeant 1 and 2 for Williams. Not anymore. Alonso says, I'll take that. But for a brief second, Williams was very hype in the garage. And they still should be very hyped because Williams is up there in the top 5 competing right now. Now, keep in mind, the Ferrari boys aren't out there running it up right now. It looks like Red Bull just got out there, so you know what's going to happen with that. But for a brief time, Williams showed that, listen, we are indeed different than we were last season. I'm trying to tell you, this is going to be exciting. This is already exciting for me. I like stuff like this. Now, I know a lot of people don't like free practice. They don't like qualifying. I like qualifying. I like free practice. I like to kind of see it up. Now, I am in agreement right now. I've changed my tone a bit. I can see, no, I didn't change my tone because I said I'm okay with that. I can stand for risking or sacrificing a couple or one practice session, especially in a regular weekend, to kind of get that uncertainty, right? To get more challenging for these teams to try to work harder at dialing these cars in a shorter amount of time. I'm all with that. I'm with the smoke. I'm with the smoke right now. I'm cool with it. Perez, 141.13. Sylvia Witt Kelly says she's going a 139. Sylvia Witt Kelly says she's going to go a 139. So right there, we got Verstappen coming in at number 2. Just what? 300ths off his partner's time right there with a 0.193. Perez getting a 0.131. Perez, don't count him out. Perez says, I'm still on my championship driver campaign. And he has every right to do so. He has every right to do so. So does every other driver. All right, even Russell, even Lance, even Sargent, even Piastri. I'm just making some jokes right now. I'm just making little jokes. All right, so right there, Perez has the fastest lap time right now, and Max Verstappen not far behind him at all. Meanwhile, Alonso showing that AMR 23 is definitely still going to be a force to be reckoned with all season up until right now. And I know it's still early, but I think Aston Martin has pretty much said, and I think it's valid, that they are definitely top 3 team worthy. Right now, the question is, can Ferrari and Mercedes develop fast enough and catch up to the point where they can be top 3 team worthy and battle it out to the point where we're now minute mistakes they can capitalize off that. Whoo, that Ferrari, Leclerc almost slides it out, but way to drive that thing, Leclerc. You was working them keys, now he working them steering wheels. He kept that car together. Kept Ferrari from wrecking out. Freestyle says, I'm going 140.8. I heard that. So, yeah, let's get ready. We popping up here. I'm telling you, this track's going to be hell for them. Right now in the drop-off zone, we haven't had a red flag. This qualifying section is moving a bit better than Q1. Q2 is kind of giving us a little bit of grace. We're not going to make up time. We can't get back lost time, but hopefully we don't get delayed anymore, so we just keep adding time on. Track is clear at this point in time. Air temp is 19.4 Celsius. Track temp is 30.5. We are now due west-northwest 4.3 kilometers an hour, and humidity is 82%. Trap speed, as you see right there, you can go ahead and check those trap speeds. I will read them out for you. Trap speeds right now in Sector 1, you got Alonso at 240 kilometers an hour. Sector 2, you have Norris leading at 247 kilometers an hour. The finish line, Logan Sargent breaking across there, 340 kilometers an hour in that Williams. And speed trap still belongs to an Aston Martin, but not Alonso. Now Stroll at 324 kilometers an hour. That is some of your data right now. As qualifying is still going on, and Perez and Verstappen are at 1 and 2. Leclerc at number 3, Alonso and Russ, number 5. Those are your top 5 drivers. If you're not in the top 5, you're not alive. There we go. So we'll see what happens right there. All right. Coming down, we are 7 minutes into Q2. I'm going to get ready to ask us the rest. I'm going to rattle off these kickback quality questions and during the break between Q2 and Q3. So do be ready for that. All right. Do be ready for that. Right now, we have a two-way split between Akondu and Abadis. So we're going to see who might else be able to steal a question out of there. Who's going to get this $25 or $50 gift card? Don't forget, also, we have a VIP member that's going to be announced tomorrow. No, not tomorrow, Sunday. I'm so used to qualifying being on Saturday. But Sunday. Let's get it. Let's see what's going on. We're still watching as far. Carlos is on his hot lap. Comes very close to that wall, but close is not smacking it. We're going to see what he's going to end up doing. Right now, Sainz is he's lame duck right now. He is lame duck. I need to see him do something. Because, like I said, what happened to him, I would be pumped. I would be pumped to come in here and just rip off pole position and then rip off a race win after what took place and what happened to me in Australia. I'm not getting that from him right now. Leclerc's 3, Sainz is 14. I'm looking for him to probably creep into number 2 for real. I'm looking for him to crawl on top and get in front of Shaw because he's got a problem. And there Sainz goes to 5. So he takes the last spot in which we really care about, top 5. So now your top 5, Perez, Verstappen, Leclerc, Alonso, and Sainz. Stroll gets bumped out. Well, let's see what the Williams does. They're on a hot lap. We got DRS cracked by Logan Sargent, which ran up the back of Nick DeVries in Australia, causing an accident. Didn't get penalized. Told you that was egregious in itself. But let's see what he's going to do now. Williams having one of those fast trap speeds, one of the fast cars. It is also a Mercedes power unit. And as you see right there, well, they could have showed that view. I think they're running a push type, push rod system up front. So, he collected that. I thought Albon was going to let that car go. 1.4.4, I heard that. But Akandu is on the board with 140.4. And right now, let's see what we got. What is he going to do? What is Albon going to do? I want to see what the lap that Albon's going to lay down. I don't think I don't know. He might end up doing something. We can't count Albon out. We can't count him out at all. He might end up doing something. He showed that he is definitely the leader of that team. He's not faster in the trap. We're going to see what he does across the finish line. See if he ends up edging Sargent out or even knocking Perez and Verstappen down to 3 and 4 in that speed trap time for the finish line. Or the speed time for the finish line. Anyway, woo, he cut that corner close. Bro, cut that corner close. Yikes. Driving on the edge for real. Poof. Here he comes when he comes, and Albon does some. Yeah, ain't enough. It's not enough. Not enough. He tried, though. He was running it up. It's not enough, though, but welcome to number 7. That's still good for Williams. That's still good. Like, I'm still pretty intrigued by Williams' performance. Also, still keep in mind one of the teams to breach the cost cap, but procedurally, third party didn't turn the documents in no time, so still give them that. But it is still something to be said that 3 teams that breached the cost cap are 3 teams that seem to be significantly doing well than they were the previous season. Just saying. All right, here we go. I'm about to ask another question. We are 3 minutes outside of Q3. I'm about to ask another question. Here it is. Mika Häkkinen and David Coulthard drove for which Formula One team in 1998? Mika Häkkinen and David Coulthard drove for which Formula One team in 1998? Answer with a super chat. Looking for it. Who's going to get that answer? Who's going to be first? Are we going to have a 3-way tie? Or are one of these people, these players that have already entered into the board, going to get a second question, which means they are one step closer to 3, which means they are one step closer to getting that? And it looks like, is that Sainz backing up like that? Yellow flag right now. Looks like Sainz Sainz is going in reverse. That was Sainz. As you see right there, his kilometers an hour were red, which means he's reversing. He's not going forward. And right there and then, boom, he's off. So Sainz has to go into the runoff area. That probably didn't do him well for his pole position campaign. So here we go. I'm going to ask the question again. Mika Häkkinen and David Coulthard drove for which Formula One team in 1998? You have to answer with a super chat. To get on the board. If you answer the right question and then somebody gets it, you're going to be boom, Akandu just sneaks in, Sylvia Wick. He just snuck in on you. Just barely, Akandu. That is correct. McLaren Mercedes is the right answer. It is McLaren. Akandu is on the board, and now he has 2 points. He is 1 point out of getting the spinoff for the $25 or $50 gift card. Akandu comes in with the right answer, being McLaren. Let's go. Oh, my goodness. Nadar, you were A. That is the right answer. You just a little too late. Just a tad too late. Sylvia with Kelly almost got it in there. Let's celebrate. Nadir does their first super chat. Big shout out to Nadir Patel. Thank you very much. joining into the super chat, joining, having a good time and kickback quality. Big shout out to you. You got the right answer. You were just a bit slow on the accelerator. Come off that brake sooner. Get on the gas sooner. Get the right answer. It's still time for you. He only has 2. All right, he needs 3 to win. If you can get 2 questions or 3 questions faster than they do, you can steal it all together. Sylvia Wick, you got to just get a little bit faster on that trigger. That's why we call you Sylvia Wick. All right, we are 1 minute right now in the Q2, and right now drivers in danger of not making it into Q3 are Yuki, Esteban, Oscar, Valtteri, and Logan. Right there, all right? It looks like Albon might be able to stay alive in the Q3 if somebody doesn't knock him off. But if anybody is, I'm going to have confidence that it might be Bottas. Valtteri might do it. Maybe. Or Esteban. Could be Esteban. I don't think Yuki does it. I don't know if Logan does it. He could. But I'm going to go with one of those 2. We'll see what happens. I'll be surprised if it's Piastri. Sylvia Wick Kelly says, Acondo, I'm going to fight you laughing. Matter of fact, remember, Sylvia says she's got her D-pad ready, her controller ready. She's going to join in one of these Wolfpack Epic Grudge Racing series pretty soon. She's going to join in on that. Look for it. Keep it out. Leclerc is on pole. He is on pole position. Ferrari might be making a comeback. Y'all. Let's see what's going to happen. We got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 right there. It is over. The last cars are going to come in. It looks like Max Verstappen is on a purple sectors rampage. Purple sectors in sectors 1 and sectors 2. That's how we live in the lifestyle. Purple sectors hats below. Get your purple sector hat. Live your lifestyle. Living my best life. Max Verstappen. Woo. Oh, my goodness. I told y'all he'd be laying them hot licks. Max Verstappen, a 140.8. 140.8 lays it down. Purple sectors are going around. Max Verstappen, he does do that. Lays down. That RB19 is a beast. That RB19, and it's only probably going to get faster. Leclerc, number 2 right there. Perez, number 3. He's in between a Red Bull sandwich. Man, Carlos is not doing the thing. He's number 4. He's still in the top 5. Alonso's get pushed to number 5. Carlos, I expected to be doing better than this. I thought that was going to give him some type of motivation and like encouragement to have that chip on his shoulder to come in and just like really show off. And I'm not getting that from him. I'm not getting it. Lando, Piastri, Yuki. Yuki's in there. Look at Yuki hanging on the Q3. Yuki still showing. Like, I know De Vries had an error, but Yuki's still showing that, Helmet, you had him wrong. You had him pegged wrong. Yuki has been fighting to be a leader for this team, being the person that's been in the team longer. And I'm going to have to give Yuki credit. Yuki, you get some credit from me, bro. I had already campaigned in 2021 that they get your checkup for 2022 because I felt it was disrespectful for Yuki to only be making $750,000. Meanwhile, Crash Tiffy making like $1 million. That was disrespectful to me. They got Yuki's checkup finally. He deserved it. Good job, Yuki. Good job. All right, so right there, right now, we are off right now. They're getting a break. We're gonna be in Q3 coming up real soon. Your drivers, look at your drivers that did not make it. Russell right now not making it. Esteban not making it. Out the entire Williams team not making it. And Bottas, Valtteri not making it. I said Yuki got up there. Now look at that. Is anybody gonna say something about that? I just want to know, where are all the haters that are usually in the chat? Where are they? Where are they to say, hey, Hamilton is schooling Russell? Hamilton is schooling Russell. They're so quick to want to say something as soon as Russell's schooling Hamilton, he's in front. Russell not making it out of Q2 and the Q3. I don't have anything to say about it. I'm just saying what you all usually would say if it was Hamilton. I just want y'all to keep the same energy. Just keep the same energy. Keep the same energy. When you don't keep the same energy, it says something about you. It really does. You see how I went for Ferrari? Same energy. I didn't like it because what was being done to Ferrari was wrong. I went off on it. Just saying. You don't be fake. Don't be fake up here because I'm going to call you a little rat crawl out of your hole when it's time. But other than that, you go back in your little rat hole. You know what I'm saying? You know who you are. You know who you are. All right, so here we go. Right now, we got a three-way. No, we don't have a three-way tie. Akondu has now collected 2 points. Abadis only has 1. Who else can get on the board? Here you go. All right, here's the question. Which Formula One Grand Prix race did Gulf Air sponsor? Which Formula One Grand Prix race does Gulf Air sponsor? And I won't make you answer since what time, but I will tell you 2004 and on as a hint. Which Formula One Grand Prix does Gulf Air sponsor? Which one is it? Is it Singapore? Is it Azerbaijan? Is it the Texas USGP? Which one is it? Is it Miami? Which one is it? Is it Monaco? Tell me which GP does Gulf Air sponsor, and they've been sponsoring it since 2004. Oh, my gosh. Somebody's giving away free answers. Somebody is giving away free answers, and the first person that can answer with a super chat is going to claim that point. Are you all going to let a Condu take this point and go up 3? Freak Dogs Flair gets on the board to say, I'm not going to let y'all do that. I'm getting on the board. Right now, we have 3 people on the board that could potentially win the gift card. Freaks Dog Flair is on the board with 1 point. Right now, that gives a Condu 2, Freak Dogs 1, Abides 1. It is not over yet. No, Abu Dhabi, Nadir, you almost had it. You almost had it. Sylvia with Kelly with Bahrain, you almost had it. That is very close. Damn, Sylvia with, you just got to punch that button. Oh, my goodness. It is not AD, but that you are in the right region, just not the right race. Damn. Akondu, you man, they coming for you, Akondu. They coming for you. 083 says, I'm finna get in this thing too. Right answer, just a little too slow. Listen, don't be like Haas and don't be like AT right now. They slow. You got to be more like Red Bull, Ferrari, Mercedes, Aston Martin. You got to be fast. You got to punch that throttle on the answer. Next question, because we about to rattle them off before Q3. I want to see who the winner's going to be. Next question coming up. Right now, you can tell they're not out on track right now. 0 time right now. They haven't even reset for Q3. We got time. All right, here we go. The next question. Next question is this. What was the first GP and year Niki Lauda competed in? What was the first GP? Where was it? Was it Bahrain? Was it Abu Dhabi? Was it Las Vegas? What GP and year did Niki Lauda first compete in? Does anybody, this is a 2-part answer. You have to give me the GP, where it was, and you need to give me the year. All right? I'll take close to the year. Bahrain, no, it's not. Saudi Arabia, no, it is not Saudi Arabia. If nobody gets it, I will then give you a hint. I will give you a hint. I will give a hint. If nobody keeps getting it, I'll give you a hint. Who's going to get it? What GP did Niki Lauda first compete in Formula One? You need to give me the year and the place, all right? Come on, let's go. I'll tell you this. It starts with an A. It starts with an A. It starts with an A. Did my bro just say Talladega? Oh, my God. Did bro just say Talladega? That was funny as hell. Oh, my gosh, that was funny. Wow. So who is it? It starts with an A. Wow, Freak Dogs Flair getting on the board, bro. It is the Austria GP, and it is 1971. Freak Dog saying, I'm in this. We got a 2-way tie between Freak Dog and Akondu. They both have 2 points each. Freak Dog Flair says, I'm coming for this shit. I'm coming for it. 2 points to both Akondu and Freak Dogs at 2. Abadi's still sitting at 1, has just been passed. The first to get on the board is not the leader anymore. Sylvia Wick, 1971 Austria, correct. Akondu, you was a year off. It is the Austria, but it is not Australia, and it is 1970. You're a year off and in your wrong place. But you would have had, if you would have got it right, man, you would have closed it out. But Freak Dog said, I got something to say about this. I'm not letting it go. 083, yes, the Austrian GP 1971. You are also correct. Just a little bit too late on that throttle. Get on that throttle, crack that DRS, and get the right answer. Here we go. Next question. As you see right now, cars are just starting to come out on the track. It's early in Q3. Don't hold me. Here we go. The next question. It's a good morning. We starting this race weekend off hot. Next question. What driver came third in the 1981 Drivers' Championship? What driver came in third in the 1981 Drivers Formula One Championship Series? What driver came in third? Not first, not second. What driver came in third for the 1981 Drivers Formula One Championship? Who was it? What's his name? What's his name? Oof, I'm going to see who's going to get this. Is somebody about to close this out, or are we about to have another player get on the board? Oh, my gosh. Oh, man. Lewis Hamilton is still in the pits. Alonso's still in the pit. Norris still in the pit. Tsunoda's still on the pit. I'm trying to see who's going to get this answer. What driver came in third place for the 1981 Drivers Formula One Championship? It is not. I'm gonna tell you this. It's not gonna be Senna. It's not gonna be Prost. It's not gonna be anybody. Just keep all that in mind. It's not gonna be that. Don't disrespect Senna like that. It's not gonna be that. All right. It's not gonna be Damon Hill. It's not gonna be. Come on now. It's not gonna be that. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. All right. Come on. I'm gonna tell you like this. I'm gonna give you another clue. I'm gonna give you a clue. His name starts with an A. His name does start with an A. Starts with an A. What driver came in third for the 1981 Formula One Drivers Championship? Oh, Mary Beattie says, I'm showing up to the party. It is Alan Jones. She is correct. Mary Beanie is on the board with 1 point. This is getting crazy. This is getting crazy. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 players on the board. We have 2 players that are 1 point out from dropping this thing off. Sylvia Wick, correct. A conduit is not Andretti. Oh, my goodness. We got 4 players on the board right now. 4 players on the board right now. And right now we got Max Verstappen leading pole position. Charles Leclerc might have something to say about it. Not really. Perez is going to be going for it. Sainz at number 4. And Norris just jumps to number 5. Oh, my goodness. Here's the next question. Who's going to close this thing out, man? This is getting interesting. All right, here's the next question. How many points did Nigel Mansell win in the 1991 Formula Drivers Championship? How many points did Nigel Mansell accumulate winning in the 1991 Formula One Drivers Championship? How many points did he have by the end of the season? No, it is not Rudderman. No, it is not. How many points? We're on to the next question. How many points did Nigel Mansell accumulate in the 1991 Formula One Drivers Championship? Dude, this is interesting. I don't know who's going to close this out. I might have to get some more questions. Oh, my goodness. I hope I got enough questions because y'all popping on this one. Oh, my gosh. Right now, Max Verstappen in 4th gear, 5th gear, right there, 11,000 RPMs, 260, 70, 80 kilometers an hour. He is right now in pole position with Charles Leclerc behind him in 3rd gear, 190, 200 kilometers an hour. Waiting this. Perez says, I got something to say. I want pole position, 140.563. Perez, Max Verstappen says, not so fast. Oh, shit. If this happens, if this pole position sticks, a Condor will win a hat from me on this bet. He said that pole position will be 140.4. We're not counting the hundreds or the thousands. If he gets that right, he will receive a free Purple Sectors Collection hat from me. Man, a Condor, you might be some kind of wizard. All right, here's the question. How many points did Nigel Mansell win in the 1991 Formula One Drivers Championship? It wasn't even 100 points. Who's going to get the answer? Who is going to get the answer to close this out? We got 2 people literally 1 point out from winning a $25 or $50 gift card. Come on now, let's go. Lewis Hamilton joining the top 5 right there behind Sainz as Russell sits back in the garage with a headset on. How many points did Nigel Mansell win in the 1970s? Freak Dog Flair, 72 points is the answer. He closes it out. Freak Dog comes out of nowhere. He comes out of nowhere and claims the entire prize. Comes out of nowhere, getting 3 questions back to back. I told you all. You can start no matter where you start. If you get these questions back to back, you can steal it. Freak Dog's Flair just shows you. He stole it away. It is 72 points. No, Mary separated him. She separated him with that one question. But Freak Dogs, now 3 points. You are the winner. During finale lap, we will be spinning for you to get a $25 or $50 Visa gift card. I'm writing your name down now. And we will spin for that on Sunday. Gift card spin. Oh my goodness. There we go. I'm going to highlight it so we don't forget. Y'all remind me. Congratulations, everybody that participated. That was probably our best trivia yet. To have that many people stealing points and coming out of nowhere. Freak Dogs Flair comes in and says, I wanted more. Galacticus used to be our runner. He used to run it up something crazy. Then Will has something to say about it. Now Freak Dogs come and joins the party, being one of those winners. Freak Dogs Flair, we're going to spin for you to get that gift card. I'm going to put it right here on the keyboard so we don't forget for Sunday's GP. I will bring up that wheel. We will spin and see how much money will I be sending you, good sir. Congratulations. Woo! All those questions. I gotta replenish the trivia questions. Right now, we got Max Verstappen in the pits, but he holds pole position at 140.445. Charles Leclerc is also in the pits, but he is holding second, Perez third, Sainz fourth, and Hamilton in fifth. With that Mercedes, some of those updates, we'll have to try to see if we can go into that. Norris sitting in sixth. Piastri last, sitting at 10th, but he's not out. He's in Q3, so congratulations, Piastri, making a Q3. Meanwhile, Logan Sargent did not make it, and Nick DeVries, we know, didn't make it. Freak Dogs Flair, you got the juice now, Galactica says. You got the juice now. Good job on that. Oh, my goodness. That was an awesome trivia. That was an awesome trivia games right there. Damn. I didn't expect that much action. That was awesome. Woo, I swear it looked like he clipped that wall. Max Verstappen, heat blankets on. He'll be coming out soon. I guess they're going to look and see. We got 4 minutes and 30 seconds left. I'm about to enjoy my honey bun. I'm hungry after kickback trivia. That kickback trivia made me hungry. That was exciting. Damn. We do some, man, y'all. That was exciting. So let's see what we got here. We only got 4 minutes left. Max Verstappen is right now in pole position. Ferrari will be in the race. Perez will cap it off at number 3. And Sainz is at number 4. Hamilton at 5. Those are our top 5 starters of the grid. That was an interesting trivia. I don't know. Will might have had something to say had he been here, but he wasn't. But he going to have something to say when he see this. Because Freak Dogs Flair just challenged my man Will. Akandu, Patel, Sylvia Wick, Mary Beanie. Awesome job. You know I got to have my damn honeymoon. Lance Stroll. Right now doing better than Alonso. Y'all ain't got nothing to say about that? Just asking. I mean, I don't. I just seen if you do. I'm telling you, they awesome. Also, don't forget, for the race, we had somebody donate. They donated for every driver that wins that race, you will get honey buns. That's crazy. In the racing series that we're going to have at the end of the season. Also, Galacticus donates a hat and shirt, and it's in tiers. So, also, Carlos donate. I think Jay London donate. Like, listen, it's crazy. There are going to be people that even if you don't win the top prize, you're still going to win something somewhere in there. So get ready. You need to get your membership because only members are going to be able to participate. If your badge is not green by the time we do the competition, you're not going to be able to participate. I'm going to be giving away almost $1,500 to $2,000 worth of gaming gear for whoever wins the championship series of Wolfpack Epic Grudge Racing. We're not going to make it all fancy. We're going to keep it grudgy. But somebody's going to have an opportunity to win that. I know. If that pole position sits, Akandu's going to end up getting a hat. Akandu said 140.4. One minute, 50 seconds left. It said, please, nobody beat Max time. This crazy. They do. 140.445. How they going to decide that? How are they going to decide that? Somebody got to break it. Somebody has to break that time. Charles is flying. Charles is flying right now. Oh! Charles Leclerc. There he goes. 140.2. Oh my. I can't do 140.2. Charles Leclerc breaks it up. 140.2. Oh my gosh. I told you he was flying. Let's go, Charles. Let's go. He said, you still my Paddock Philippe. You know I come out with music. I'm laying down hot tracks too, Max. And I'm laying down hot laps. I'm on the top of the billboard, and I'm about to be on top of Azerbaijan for Sunday. How you feel about that? 6 seconds left. And this is about to be over. Oh, my gosh. He ran 140.2. Akandu, you were just so close. Almost, buddy. Almost. Almost. Max Verstappen, 140.3. Perez, 140.49. Oh, my gosh. What's going on, Musa? What's happening, y'all? Wendell, what's up? Abadi's Akandu, all the fam in the chat. I see you. Dang. Shaw says, I want it, I need it, and I got it. Dude laid that down, 140.2. Is that going to be it? Hamilton at 5, Sainz at 4, Perez at 3, Verstappen at 2, Charles Leclerc is at 1, pole position. What can the Ferrari do in the race on Sunday? Can they bring us consistent performance? Can Shaw bring us a steady, fast, decisive decision-making driver? Can they put together a race that does not involve fumbling, does not involve horrible strategy, does not involve a driver making bad decisions to bring Ferrari to the podium to win a race? Can Ferrari do that? Baraka says, not worried that Charles Leclerc, Max is going to take care of them. Hey, for real? You might not be lying, because we already know what Max can do in the RB19. Ooh, he smacks it. Ooh, he just barely glances that wall down. Just barely glances it. Pole position, Shaw sits. Max Verstappen, number 2. Perez caps it off in the number 3 spot. Where Max at? Max going to be pulling in the number 2, right? Here he come. Here the Red Bull cars come. Shaw, hey, congratulations, Shaw. Hey, man, congratulations. That bro been having a rough start to his season. He needed that. Charles needed that. He definitely needed that. And if you really think about it, we got Hamilton at 5. You think about the 2 teams in front of him, it's not bad for Mercedes, but we need to see more than that, right? Aston Martin kind of falling back at number 6 and number 9. Usually, up until this time, they've been top 3 involved. Not today. 6 and 9. So where does that put them in the race? And we saw Lewis hold Alonso off. Alonso pressing him, trying to get him to make a mistake. Couldn't get past the Mercedes. Maybe it was in that race that we saw Mercedes grab enough pace to edge Aston Martin out. But Ferrari has now really maybe, I say maybe, because we need to see what's going to happen on race day. It's too early, but congratulations to Shaw for getting that because he needed it. Janet, what's happening, fam? I enjoyed watching with you all. Jay, great session. Sylvia, Whit Kelly, thanks for the super chat. Big shout out to you, Janet. Thank you for joining us today for the Kickback Quali. Listen, I might be here for the sprint shootout tomorrow. All right, pay attention. If I post the link, set your reminders. We might be here to do it up big. All right, I know what time it is. It's hella early. I might wake up at 3 a.m. just so I could be here. All right. So remember that. That's what we got for today. This qualifying is over. Remember, it only sets the grid for Sunday. Tomorrow's sprint shootout will set the grid for the actual sprint race. All right. We got different things going on this week. Don't forget, mandatory 2 medium sets of tires for Q1, Q2, Q3. They will have to use softs. And also the time will decrease every qualifying session for that sprint shootout. Different things going on tomorrow. That's why I might be here live, so we can enjoy that and experience it together, to see what you all say in the chat and see what we have to say about this new format. And I ain't even trying to rhyme like that. Big shout out to y'all. I'm up out of here. Peace and love. Big shout out to Freak Dogs Flair for actually winning Kickback Quality Trivia today. He will indeed be spinning for a $25 or $50 gift card. Also, we have a VIP member to present on Sunday. Somebody is going to be presented with a VIP box on Sunday. Be here to see who it is, because it might be you. You don't know. Be here. Be live. Be in the chat. I'm going to announce it on Sunday, all right? It will be sometime in between that live session. You want to be here to see that. And also, we're going to spin off the back for the session for Freak Dogs to see if he's going to get the $25 or $50 gift card. Don't forget, purchase your Purple Sectors lifestyle merch. The hats are out. The shirts are out down below. You can see it on the carousel in the shop section. I will see you all tomorrow morning, likely, but naked early. Peace. I'm out.